Alright guys, I'm back. I don't know if this phone is acting up or if the screen is just wanting to be faulty, but bear with me. I've been watching and reading and doing my own research like I've told you all to do. And I guess the good thing is my channel's still really small and there's not usually that many people that watch. And I'm not monetized, so I can kind of slide under the radar a little bit with some stuff. But with the state of the world in general, not any one country or any one people, this world is going through some real tough stuff right now. Like, I'm standing outside here and it's in the low 60s, maybe upper 50s right now in July. Guys, I've never seen it this cool in July, ever. And then here Saturday is supposed to be 90. So something's weird. Call it grand solar minimum, climate change, geoengineering, whatever hot buzzword you want to use. The fact of the matter is, the Earth does go through cycles. It has for millennia. Anyone that wants to argue that needs to really do their research before they try to argue it. And guys, this is just this weather is odd. I mean, this week it didn't rain, and this is like the second or third week out of the entire year that we haven't had precipitation here. I know you go out west and they're drowning, or not drowning, they're burning up, sorry. They are desperate for water and can't get none, and we got so much. If I thought I could do it, I'd put a hose out here in the river and just pump them every bit that they could want, because we got so much it's not funny. I mean, it hasn't rained here for a week and you barely scratch the surface of the soil out here and it's wet. I mean, we cut hay and we left it lay for, well, we just baled hay yesterday actually, and we cut on Sunday, so yeah, it laid for 4 days and there were still green spots in the hay. Normally you mow hay, especially in July, you'll mow your hay and in a matter of hours it's starting to wilt. The next day it's still got some moisture to it, but you'll go out there, you can ted it or you can rake it. Either way, get it lifted up off the ground and flipped around a little bit. And then come the next day, after the dew burns off about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, come out there about noon, roll it over one more time with a rake. Then by 3, 4 o'clock that afternoon, you're baling and it is bone dry, kicking up dust. Well, guys, this year we let it lay for 4 days. By 4 days, that stuff should have been pure powder, and it wasn't. There was still spots of green. Like, we baled it, and when those bales came out, we just busted the bale because we can't risk putting that in a stack. And so, needless to say, that was interesting. Plus, nothing is wanting to grow like it normally does. I know my yard, I haven't mowed my yard in 3 weeks, and it might be 6 inches tall. Normally this time of year, if you don't mow and everything with a little bit of precipitation, then the grass is going to be 2 foot tall. Our hay, we mowed first cut hay in late May. It was 3rd or 4th week of May, and we just now cut it. So we gave it 2 months to recover. And guys, the hay might have been 12, 16 inches tall. But what are you gonna do? It was just crazy. And then you got all the issues politically that are going on. Guys, something weird is going on because no one in government makes any sense at all. You got one person that'll say one thing, 2 days later they come out and contradict them, and then 2 days after that they contradict the contradiction. So, and if you have a little bit of common sense, what they say don't make sense, and then the contradiction makes even less sense. So, I mean, this just be a poor little humble white boy that's living out here in the backwoods. But generally, if something don't make sense, that means it don't make sense, regardless. And I did go to college, and I can understand scientific principle and, you know, different mathematical equations and all that stuff. That was easy. But a lot of the stuff that you're saying, just, it don't make sense, even scientifically or mathematically or anything. Now, I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying if they're right, they need to figure out a better way to explain it to where it does actually make sense. It's just nuts, guys. I know me, if I can't explain something clearly and can't articulate the right wording, then people look at me like I'm stupid. And I work security, so I deal with people every day, and I got to be able to articulate the rules and regulations and everything that I have to enforce. And there's sometimes they're like, well, why is it like that? And I'll flat tell them, I don't know. I'm not the one that makes the rules. That's just what they want. And I've had, I don't know how many people get mad at me and cuss at me and everything because I couldn't articulate the reasoning behind it. And some of our rules make sense, some of them don't. But with what everyone's saying politically, nothing is making sense. I know with a lot of stuff going on in these other countries that it's getting bad, guys. And we try to look into it independently. We don't listen to CNN, MSNBC, Fox, none of them. Shoot, Alex Jones we don't even listen to. We'll read a headline or see a video someone posts, and we'll think about it logically, and then we'll go and look into it from multiple different sources. We'll look at the mainstream media. We'll look at the, I don't know how you would say it, the politically incorrect media, I guess. And then we'll go on social media, and like with Snapchat, you can go to their global map and look at different snaps from around the world. Everything makes it kind of interesting. Well, with the stuff going on in South Africa and Cuba and everything, we'll do that. And sometimes like stuff going on in Cuba, that stuff is showing up on Snapchat because that's people's daily life. That is what they see. That's what they deal with. And that stuff is showing up. A lot of the stuff that's going on in South Africa, it hasn't been showing up. So I don't know if they're not, people aren't Snapchatting about it, which that's a possibility. I mean, or if all this is just the government's all wanting to fearmonger people. I don't know what it is, but I'm here to tell you guys, unless you are fully prepared, and I'm saying like doomsday prepper with a bomb shelter and all your guns prepared. The best way is think self-sustaining homestead, whether that's on 1 acre of ground or 5,000 acres of ground. I don't care. If you have a farm or a ranch or a homestead or just a wood lot, make that piece of property work for you. It don't have to produce you an income, but if you can cut your food bill 100% and break away from the superstores, then the only thing you're going is buying toilet paper, then guys, that is pretty darn self-sustaining. I know in certain areas there's certain foods and stuff that you can't get and certain things you can't grow, which that's perfectly fine. Like here, I'm in zone 6, guys. There is no way I'm growing coconut up here. At the same token, alright, I can grow a lot of stuff here that is a wider variety. I know you go up north to Alaska, and guys, you'd be lucky to get marigolds to grow in certain parts of Alaska. But here in Kentucky, pretty much anything we can get to grow, as long as we can either take it in or cover it up during the winter. And I've looked at growing tea, just because if something happens and I can't get coffee or Mountain Dew or whatever, I want to have something that's got a little bit of caffeine in it and everything to help keep us awake and going so we can do stuff, whether that's farming or working security or whatever. And guys, there's another thing here in the US especially. I don't know much about the other countries, and mostly that's because I don't live there. It's not because I don't care about them, it's I don't live there, so their problems are not my priority right now. Right now my priority is me and my family. And I know here in the United States it is almost impossible to find farm equipment parts, whether that's tractor parts, combine parts, planter parts, bush hog parts, you name it. Any kind of farm equipment is almost impossible to find parts for. Lawn care equipment is almost impossible to find parts for. And a lot of them are saying that it's going back because of the computer chip shortage. Guys, I know that for all this new stuff, it has the final Tier 4 emissions standards on it. But I'm here to tell you, personally, I will not buy something that has all that on it. I've looked at new tractors. I've looked at new equipment. It's nice. It rolls right on. It cruises. But guys, I'm not buying it. Not because I can't afford it, which I can't. But that's besides the point. I'm not going to buy it. Actually, my Jeep, which is a 2002, is too new for me. It's got the computer chips in it and everything, so if something goes wrong with that computer, then that Jeep goes down for an indefinite period of time, and then there I am stranded. That's why, as soon as I can, I'm going to get the money together and rebuild the engine in my truck. Guys, unless it is a catastrophic failure, like you blow an engine, like someone puts a grenade in it, blows it, or a transmission does that, same thing. Bearings and seals are easy enough to either make or to buy, so that makes it where you can rebuild anything with bearings and seals. Gears are harder to make unless you have the equipment. We are looking at doing that. I very seriously considered it, and I am actively trying to get the tools together to open a blacksmith/machine shop, to where any part or piece someone brings in, I'll be able to make out of metal. That will work for us. That way I can build sickle bar teeth for the hay mower. Because sickle bar teeth, I was lucky right before all the shortages. I bought 2 packs of teeth and a pack of rivets. Well, guys, the way it's going now, you can't find teeth or rivets. The only other thing that I can't make that we need is grease and oil. I mean, honestly, if I have to, I will build steel wheels or wooden wheels to put on the equipment to keep it able to roll if the tires wear out. Just, it's getting that rough. And it's not because I'm being cheap or I don't want to wait or whatever. Guys, when hay's ready to be made, you got to make it. The old saying, you got to make hay when the sun shines, holds true. So, and I'm sure that if anyone actually watches this video or it offends anyone or whatever, then this video might get taken down, but I don't care. I'm not in YouTube to make money. I'm here just to have a place to vent and share some of the stuff I do. And would I love to be able to make money on here? Yes. But I'm not politically correct. I'm furthest thing from it. And I just call it as I see it. And if you want someone that'll be dead truthful with you on anything, then yeah, I'll talk to you. I don't care. But if you want political correctness and happy feelings and all that stuff, go watch Disney. I'm not like that. And I'm not out here to say the sky's falling and we're all doomed, because I don't know what the future will hold. I really don't. But I'm just hoping and praying that life figures itself out, and that the powers to be, whether that be anyone, will try to get their head out of their rear ends and do what's right. And if they won't, then it's up to the people of the world, not just the US, but the people of the world, to figure out what's going on and how to stop it. And that's just the long and the short of it, guys. Is a lot of people want to divide us on race or color or religion or what have you. I don't care. But if they divide us, we can't do nothing. We fight amongst ourselves and we'll kill each other because we don't like what the other person said. But guys, if we get our heads out of our rear ends, and that's the entire population, not just one group or anything. If we all get our heads out of our rear ends, band together and help your fellow neighbor. If you got something and they need some help, or they need some of what you got or whatever, be willing to offer it, because they'll be willing to help and offer stuff to you when you need it. In general, there's some people that are just complete idiots that want to take advantage of everything. But so guys, if we all help each other, then we're more than capable of not only changing the entire world. I know that sounds like a big task, but first and foremost, guys, if we don't want to have a government to tell us what to do, then we got to learn how to quit fighting and causing wars between each other. That's just the truth, plain and simple. And we got to quit being a bunch of sheep and just do your own research and pay attention to what you're doing, guys. Because no matter what it is, people will lie to you. It's that simple. So it's got to be up to you to be able to figure out the truth from the lies, and what people you can trust and what people you can't. And it'll get hard sometimes, I know. Trust me, I know. But you can't give up hope. If you give up hope on your fellow man, you've done doomed yourself and your community. And enough communities do that, we doom the world. And we don't deserve that, and our future generations, our kids and grandkids and all of them, they don't deserve that. So we all need help on that. So guys, I'm also going to say this real quick before my video maxes out, but all my videos, I'm just going to upload them completely raw, uncut, unedited. I don't care. I don't have time to deal with that. So if you'll please comment, rate, and subscribe, and check back in with me, and I'll see you on the next one.